Hello guys, it's Unders, and today we're having a look at the Maschine expansion pack London Grit. Now I really liked the laser dice pack as well, but this pack is just on a whole new level. The production is awesome. If you're into grime or that London sound we'll call it, this pack is just incredible, and the detail and the structure of the tracks is just awesome. Let's have a little look at breaking the packs down and we'll have a look at some of the sounds. Let's get into that one. Okay, so as you can see, we're in Maschine now, and we've got loaded up the first project that comes in London Grit. And this first one here is Bangers Not Anthems. I'm just going to play a little bit of it so you can get an idea of what the genre is and what the sounds are like. So as you can hear, it's laid out in a typical grime track. It's at 140 BPM. Everything's nice and sparse, and it's got some amazing sound design in there. The different scenes are laid out really easily, so we can just take a single scene and just see what it's all about really simply. We can take the two drops, for example, or the intros in separate sections. And then everything's divided up, making use of the full groups right the way through to H. However, it's sort of a bit of a farce because not on every group is there actually a full set of sounds. So for example, if we go into group A and drop out of scenes, we've actually just got the one sound loaded up in the sampler. However, all the effects and everything are set, so it's actually sort of a naked sample as well. What we can do is just turn the effects off, and we've got something slightly different. So you see how the effects are really making that. So we just solo out some of the groups, like solo C. We've got some really simple drum patterns in. But some great sounds that really embody the genre nicely. Across each one, we've got different sets and different things going on. And what's cool to note is that a lot of them are sampler channels as well. Rather than too many instruments, we've got lots of samples that we can twist up. Goes for the drums as well. They're all samplers rather than the drum kits or the drum synths that are available. However, that's just one of a few of the tracks in here. We're not going to go through all of them, but we are going to go through my favourites. So the next one, which is Big Flowdown, is pretty amazing as well. Let's just let that load up. So this one's got a real great grime feeling, like a traditional throwback sort of early 2000s feel to it. Instantly get sort of some head moving and movement going on with it, and as such it's really good to be able to go into the scenes and break down the individual elements. So if we take scene 2 for example, and we'll have a look at the rhythm section, which this time is on A. It's really cool to see how that's actually bang on time. What actually helps us move is the way the sounds work with the delay and the other effects, and that's what gives it that swing feeling. What's actually going on here between B, C, and D, and I think even E, right the way through to G and H. It's got nothing set on it at all for this pattern. Everything's going to a specific effect, and that's what's giving it that groove, which is an interesting way to work, not something that I've ever done before inside Maschine. Let's go into Grime Kings. So I'm just going to play a chunk of this track because this is set out a little bit differently to some of the others, but again gets the perfect embodiment of the sound. Sweet, so I'm loving that as well, super impressed with that. And again, it's broken down into really good little sections. If we just take one of the main drops on the scene, so we take scene 3 there. When we look at it in detail, it's actually these really simple rhythms and just really great sound choice and balancing with the effects. So a super simple melody. See how this is constructed with lots of short little loops and then some longer loops to just roll them all together. It works really, really well. We can see that in the arrangement on the scenes, that some are 4 bars and some are just 1 bar segments. And it's all about the sound choice and how they've been put together. Again, really good example. We'll just check out some of the other scenes because there are some variations. Anyway, I love that particular pack. Let's have a little look at Let Them Speak as well. And then we'll have a look at some of the individual sounds you can load up. Cool, so this one's going for the more modern grime, the modern trap sound. It hits it perfectly. It's a little bit faster in BPM, so you notice it's 145. Traditionally you're going grime sort of 130 through to 140. This is really taking a step up there and goes for the big heavy 808 feel. There's a lot more sounds in this one as well. We'll just break it down by scene really quickly.
blah, 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 blah.
really think just playing with the scenes, that track's pretty much ready to go. You could tweak that and make it your own really, really easily. And let's have a look at some of the individual sounds that we could load up. Of course, we've loaded up a blank project. We're going to stay obviously with London Grip instead of loading whole projects now. We're just going to have a look at some of the individual groups within here. How sick's that kit? Let's load up the bouncers kit. So a lot of them come with their own scenes, even if it's only one or two, but just to get you straight going. Really quickly you can start building up your own projects. So that was a little look inside London Grip, the Maschine expansions pack. Hope it was helpful, guys, and I will see you on the next video.